Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk a little bit about supplements, vitamins, things like that, and I'm going to talk about them for different purposes, skincare as well as health-wise and otherwise things that have helped me with certain issues. First, I'm going to talk about a little funny story last night at about 10 o'clock at night. Cameraman was looking out the window and heard a crunch, and I guess a neighbor's daughter's boyfriend's giant diesel truck turned around, backed in, and destroyed our mailbox. So, and the guy left, and then cameraman got in the car and was able to figure out which house they were at and went there. And obviously the kid was there, and so the guy offered money or he offered to come fix it, and cameraman said, just fix it. I don't want any money, just come and fix it. It's winter, so you can't really put anything in the ground, so now you got to put cement in a bucket with the post, with the mailbox, and then in 3 months when everything thaws, then you got to replace it. So anyway, so cameraman said come and fix it, and the kid did come and fix it this morning. So what would you guys do? Take the money or have him fix it? It's kind of a pain in February. And anyway, so, and then once he put the bucket in, cameraman was like, oh, that's okay. You know what? We're going to get a new mailbox anyway in the spring, so this is good enough. You don't have to come back. So what would you guys do? Curious. Anyway, kind of fun, I guess. At first, I'm kind of annoyed because I'm like, oh, our mailbox. You know what I mean? But he came and reinstalled it this morning. So, and his truck was in perfect shape. I guess, how old was this truck? Like 20 years old or something? 400,000 miles, giant truck. 97. A 97? That's pretty impressive at 400,000 miles on it. None of my cars last that long. Anyway, okay, on to the supplements. And I will say there's a couple brands I tend to really trust. So keep that in mind. There's also a site called consumerlabs.com where you pay a fee. And they use those fees to test various brands and supplements for actual content. There's been a couple things I've helped test and found so far. A couple brands that had nothing in them. Nothing of what they said they were going to have. So I'm involved in retesting those to see if it was an error or if the brand is really just selling supplements with nothing in them. So there's certain brands that I trust for various reasons. And anyway, do whatever you believe in, you know, but the Consumer Labs is interesting. So it might be worth checking out because some companies, I just couldn't believe this company was advertising all these things, and I can't really mention it yet or now, but anyway, mentioning all these vitamins and things, and it had none of them in there. And it was not cheap. So anyway, I can't talk about it because of that site. But anyway. Okay, so let me just talk first about the beauty ones. And I'm going to talk about first about like biotin and things like that. And a lot of people think they have really good luck with it. I've always been like, you don't need any supplements. Oh, I didn't necessarily, you don't need any, but a lot of supplements you don't end up needing, especially like biotin. A lot of people aren't deficient in biotin, but if you are deficient in biotin, you start taking it, you will notice benefits. However, biotin is a special one because if you are taking biotin, make sure your doctor's office knows about it because it can cause certain tests to be out of whack, especially when it comes to heart. Somebody was having a heart attack, they went to the doctor because of their biotin, the test came back phony, or it didn't come back phony, it just came back as an error. That she was okay, and she went home and later died. But had the doctor known that she was taking biotin, they would have known to run additional tests because this test result could be skewed because of the biotin. So anyway, so that's one just to be cautious of. And any of them you take, trust your doctor, talk to your doctor. I'm not a doctor. I'm just talking about my experience with these. So see your doctor, talk to them, get advice from them. Don't necessarily take it from me. This is just my personal experience, and I might be deficient in certain things that you're not. So anyway, so on to the beauty things. There's more proof now. I hesitate to say proof. There's more anecdotal evidence that people are noticing that collagen peptides may actually be beneficial. I've been thinking for a long time, I don't think it's necessarily true. I think a lot of brands are making a lot of money. The supplement industry is a giant billion-dollar industry. It's only going to continue to grow. So anyway, so take it a little bit with a grain of salt, but a lot of people actually end up noticing help with their joints and things like that with certain supplements. So maybe their skin doesn't notice results, but you notice it in other areas. So anyway, so for certain supplements, these Vital Protein, I'm a big fan of the gummies because I don't like taking tons of pills and I don't really eat a lot of breakfast. So sometimes the pills upset me. but the gummies seem to help. But the gummies, I don't know, might bind you up a little bit. I don't know. Maybe that was just me. But anyway, so this is what I've been testing as of recently, and I like it. It's got a lot of amino acids. It's got collagen, peptides, iron, and protein. I'm really trying to find some protein because I've been exercising a lot. I've lost some weight. And I think when you lose some weight, sometimes you tend to lose muscle too. So I'm really trying to focus on protein as well. So I've been taking these. You need 4 of them. They taste great. I mean, they've got some calories in them, but overall, I'm a big fan of the amino acids and things like that. So this one so far I'm happy with. It's not long enough for me to say results or anything, but I will say I've broken a few bones, which normally in the winter get a little bit of achy. I broke my pelvis in several places when I was in a car accident when I was way younger, and I still have pain from it to this day. But I notice a little bit less with some of these supplements. So anyway, so this is one worth checking out. Again, especially if you're younger, you probably won't notice a need for some of these. In my opinion, the biggest and best one for skincare, hands down, in the summer, you should be taking this, is Heliocare or Polypodium leucotomus extract, which is fern. It's a specific fern that's grown, and it helps your skin prevent damage. So I take one of these every day year round, and in the summer I take 2, and I've noticed it's really helped. So this one is the Heliocare brand. It's a little bit pricey, but I trust this brand. Then the other company that sells one is called Life Extensions. So this is another one I'm going to test out soon. And this one has, let's see, Polypodium leucotomus. This one's got that. It also has vitamin C in it, and it's called Shade Factor. And this is a brand I specifically trust. So far, they've done well in a lot of the testing that I've seen. And this brand is affordable. They're not ridiculously expensive. They're not the cheapest. But so far, I trust everything I bought from them. So this one, so we've got that and niacinamide, vitamin C, and then that Polypodium leucotomus. So these are the 2. You don't necessarily need both of these. One or the other of them is wonderful. So these are worth checking out. So I'm going to start testing this one this spring. It's got about half the amount of the Polypodium leucotomus that the Heliocare does. But with this one, you need to take 2 of them. So once you take 2, yeah, anyway. So this one is worth checking out. Okay, so in terms of aging, this one is known to be a big one for like a lot of bodybuilders or runners, creatine or creatinine. And I've started taking this. I took it a while ago, like 20 years ago when I was running a lot, and it definitely helped me stronger, better, faster. When you age, you slowly lose and stop producing as much creatinine. So this is worth checking out. And in my opinion, the Creapure is what you want to look for. This is a specific German blend of creatinine. So that's worth checking out. Most of the creatine comes, I believe, from China. But if you get it with the this label on it, it's made in Germany. So I take 2 of these. The recommendation is 5 capsules. I take 2 a day, and I think it helps. And I think it helps me at the gym a little bit more too. And the older you get, the less and less of this you produce, and it's good for your body and things like that. So this is worth checking out. And again, if you're going to check these out, don't start them all at once. Don't take them all. I don't take all of these all at once. Some days I take this, some days I take that. Yeah, things like that. So, okay, so another collagen peptides is Irwin Naturals. This is a pill form, or it's kind of a gel cap. And this one's got the collagen peptides. It's got protein. It's got vitamin C, vitamin D, biotin, zinc, glutathione, and astaxanthin. So far this one, I'm enjoying it. It's nice. I like the gel caps better than just tablets or pills. So I will link to all these below. So this one's another option for collagen peptides. One product for me, I recently... It was right around Thanksgiving. I did a health test and my thyroid was way low, and I was feeling terrible. I was feeling crummy, just tired and things like that. So before I did anything else, I wanted to try doing something natural as opposed to other options, getting another prescription and things like that. So I tried the Life Extension Thyroid Support, and I just retested my thyroid. So it was 3 months later, and after taking this, my thyroid level is normal. That's amazing. I don't know if it was this that made the difference, or if I felt crappy and that caused my thyroid to be low, or my thyroid was low and I felt crappy as a result. I don't know, but I've been taking this now and it seemed to make a huge difference. I'm going to try and retest it again. I'm going to stop taking this and then retest it again and see how it is. And maybe I need this, maybe I don't, but so far this was a big difference in my health. So it's been vitamin A, vitamin B12, iodine, and then it's got some other leaves and extracts and ginseng and things like that. So this one's a huge difference. So if you have thyroid issues, that one might be worth checking out. Okay, so this was one of the first supplements that really changed my opinion in terms of supplements. I've been taking this one for a few years now. My eyes are very dry, probably from LASIK, the weather probably, being cold and dry here. Using lash serums was very drying, and using retinol around my eye area made my eyes very dry all the time. I'd wake up multiple times a night and put eye drops in. I've been taking one of these every morning now for at least a year, and I don't really have to put eye drops in hardly ever. So this was a huge thing. This Macquibright, what do they call it? Aristarella chinelensis berry standardized extract fruit. It has research backing it, and this has made a huge difference. So if you have dry eyes from any of those, this is worth checking out. I recommend at least trying every supplement for two to 3 months before you make up your mind, because sometimes if your body is low or deficient in certain things, it can take that amount of time for it to kick in. And sometimes for certain ones longer, for other supplements maybe shorter. But at least try it for 2 to 3 months before you make up your mind. But this one is a game changer. And this is, one of the things that actually changed my opinion in terms of supplements. I was really thinking, if you eat a healthy diet, you don't need supplements. But that's not really true, especially in certain environments and things like that where you might be deficient. Another thing, like in Minnesota, especially if you use sunscreen, vitamin D, it's going to be huge, especially if you're somewhere cold or if you're someone that uses sunscreen. Your body is probably deficient in vitamin D. I think they did a test where everyone like in the Midwest, I think it was like 70% of people were deficient in vitamin D because not a lot of sun. And then in the summer, it's hot and it burns, so use sunscreen, so you're deficient in it, perhaps. So that one's something worth checking out. Okay. So another one, I have problems sleeping at night, so there's a couple supplements I've tried that I think have helped. L-theanine, along with magnesium oxide. I take 2 of these and 1 of these at night, and I sleep much better. I usually, before I started kind of taking this, I would sleep for an hour, then I'd be awake for 20 minutes. I'd sleep for an hour, then I'd be awake. And anyway, so it became a long, drawn-out process. I think both of these help. There's research backing both of these that they help with sleep. So something else to consider if you're sleep deficient. I tried things like melatonin, and it didn't help at all. It didn't make any difference. For some people, they find it to be game-changing, so that might be something else to consider. But for me, these 2 were definite winners. Then, another skincare thing, Pycnogenol is a really great antioxidant, so that might be something worth considering. Another great antioxidant, R-Lipoic acid. This one is one I'm just starting, so I've only taken a few days now, but this is supposed to be very strong and helpful in terms of anti-aging. Same thing with the Pycnogenol. Another one, Astaxanthin. I thought I had it up here, but I don't see it now. Astaxanthin is another good one, good antioxidant. And then a few other ones I've played around with. I think I got this in a beauty box. What is it? The Beauty Chef Glow. It's a powder. I just don't do powders very well because they end up tasting, I don't like the taste of them. This one's got a lot of vitamin A, protein, vitamin C, niacin, biotin, all that good stuff. Just don't like the taste of it. So, NMM is another nice supplement for anti-aging. So I've tried this one, which is a powder you stir in. Doesn't have much of a taste, but it adds a little bit of grittiness. This one is a lozenge, and I really like this. So it just soaks. You put it under your tongue, and it has a lemony taste. It's really nice. And so NMM might be something if you're aging to consider. And then one other thing, I don't know, Brickhouse Field of Greens. It's got all these vegetable powders. I mean, if you have a juice or something like that, you might be better off just mixing the real ingredients in there. But if you're somebody that's on the go, you just mix a little bit of it in with water. This one doesn't taste as terrible. It actually tastes almost good, but not like I would actually choose it. But anyway, so it's got some vitamins in there, and I don't know how much an actual powder vitamin does, but they have a guarantee if you take this and you're health test doesn't come back better in 6 months, then they'll refund it for you or something like that. So that might be worth digging into. Anyway, so these are just some options for you in terms of anti-aging, skincare, and other things like sleep. You know, eye dryness and things like that are just good antioxidants. So anyway, so I thought I'd just talk about them. Definitely don't want to take all these at the same time. If you start them one at a time, just like you would add in a new skincare product, one at a time. And certain ingredients are better for other issues. I mean, so if you have somebody with, you know, like a history of cancer or something like that, you might need totally different products. It's worth checking with your doctor. Certain antioxidants might be better, and some of these maybe not as good with cancer or something like that. So it's always very individual, so talk to your doctor. But anyway, I just want to say some of these supplements have been life changers for my quality of life. And that's why I just wanted to make this video today, just to talk about it, because I know I've been so negative about supplements. And in general, probably the average young, healthy person has a good diet probably doesn't need any of these. But I guess if you're in the Midwest and you're young and have a healthy diet and use sunscreen, you still need vitamin D. So anyway, interested hearing from you guys. If you have any thoughts, comments, leave them below. And I will see you guys more tomorrow. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.